So, in a practical software development process, the classical waterfall model is hard to use. So, let's think of something that goes wrong. Let's say you are doing the implementation and you found out that this is not what you need. So, what you are going to do? Are you going to just continue down to the line or are you going to fix it? So to fix the problem, we sometimes add this feedback loop from each of these phase to the previous phase, which means that if you find something wrong in the implementation phase, you will go back to the design phase if the problem was in the design phase, or even you can go to the requirement phase if the problem was in the requirement phase, and then you can keep coming back. So you fix something in the requirement, then you come back in the design phase, then you again continue your implementation. So the iterative waterfall model can be thought of as incorporating the necessary changes to the classical waterfall model to make it usable in practical software development project. Now here in this figure, don't worry about this V and V. V and V means verification and validation. So at each step we can do verification and validation to just check that what we are doing is right, and we are doing it in a right way. So in iterative model, the enhancement from the classical model is just this loop. We can go back to the previous phase to change something. So the advantages is, of course, we can go back and change it. That's an advantage. But the disadvantage of classical model is still here. Like there is no intermediate delivery of the product. Customer have to wait along for the product, and also there is no overlapping of phases. Still, there is no overlapping supported. But I want to emphasize one more drawback in iterative model, that is cost. So if you get any requirement change in the later phase, suppose you are in the implementation, you got any change in the requirement phase. So what you have to do, you have to go back to the design, and then you have to go back to the requirement, and then you have to come back to the design, and then to the implementation phase. So now just think how costly it will be to go back and then repeat each of these state. So that's why huge cost is actually associated with iterative waterfall model.